Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie. Today I've got a video for you guys that I have been super excited for quite a while. Today I'm going to be doing an in my bag video. I really wanted to make this video because there's a ton of like what's in my bag or what am I using or what equipment do I use videos, but to my knowledge none of them are women, they're all guys, and that's great, you know, but women's hockey is starting to grow, girls hockey, and I just really wanted to make this video to show that there are products for women, they feel great, and if you're new into hockey like I am, super new, joining as an adult also like I am, there's some really great options for you that don't break the bank. Alright, so let's get started. So as far as a bag goes, I just bought like a really cheap Ccm bag. It was like, I don't know, $40, but again, I didn't want to be spending $200 on a bag I wasn't sure if I was going to use. The only thing about this bag that I would wish had a little more were pockets. I know there's bags out there that have pockets, but again, right now, I'm just not able to spend $200+ on a bag just for the pockets. So there are lots of cheap options out there for you that you can take a look at. Now, I'm going to go from the ground up as far as equipment goes. As far as skates, what I've got here is the Bauer NS skates. It's like probably the most basic skate you can get. It's a really stiff boot, and I actually got this for maybe around $50 at a Black Friday sale, so pretty dang cheap. But I would not recommend going the cheap route. I actually had to buy inserts to put in these because my feet were hurting, and you know, I've been playing hockey at least twice a week, maybe a little more here and there, but if you know for sure you're going to get into hockey and you're going to be consistent with it, I would definitely recommend paying a little bit more than $50 for a good skate. Things I would look for in a skate would be a heat moldable boot and a runner. That's this part right here, the runner that's detachable, because then you can just get new steel when you need it. There are lots of options out there for different brands, so like I said, just if there's anything you're going to spend a little more money on, I would definitely recommend it being some skates. Alright, now as far as shin pads go, what I've got here are the Warrior Alpha QX5s, and you know, I've done a lot of research on, you know, do you need to spend the big bucks on shin guards or anything, and pretty much everyone says no. So these are just the cheapest shin guards that I could buy in my size, and pick them up and they're working just fine for me. I've fallen a bunch, you know, taken a couple pucks, and these work just fine. Now if you're a little bit more in a competitive league, maybe you might want to pay a little more for a little bit more protective shin guard, but for the most part I think you'll be fine with just whatever you feel comfortable paying for. Alright, now let's move over to the pants, and this is the first women specific piece of gear that I have. This specific brand is a Bauer Pants, and they're the Vapor X800 light pants, and originally I was using a CCM men's style pant. I think it's the Jet Speed, but it was really tight around the hips, and so I found these. I think retail they're about $100. I actually got them for a great deal, brand new, for about $60, and these just feel great. So I know that CCM just came out with a new line of women's pants. Actually, it's just one style of women's pants, and they actually have a chest protector too. And then Stark, which is another company that I'll talk about later when I talk about my gloves, they have a lot of great stuff for women out there too. They've got pants, gloves, sticks, you know, you name it, and they've got something for women. So if you're a woman out there, I highly recommend getting a women's tapered fit pair of pants, whatever brand that may be. I would actually recommend either these Bauer pants or I never tried Stark, but I really like the products they have so far, so I would recommend checking them out too, because they have some pants at some really great deals as well. I think they actually sell pants for the cheapest out of the major brands out there. So pants, women's style, definitely go for that. All right, so then we can move on to our second pair, or my second women's style gear. This is actually a Ccm Ws1, and this is a shoulder pad that's actually made for women. Now, as far as I know, and I haven't honestly done a lot of research into it, the biggest thing that's different between the men's shoulder pads and the women's shoulder pads is that the women's shoulder pads accommodate for a larger chest and just taper a little more to a women's torso as opposed to a man's torso. So also would recommend getting women's style shoulder pads. Ccm and Bauer have some. I'm not sure if Stark does, but I'd have to double check. I know they do have some shoulder pads there, but I'll throw up a link in my description if you want to check out Stark Hockey. Highly recommend that. So these are women's shoulder pads. All right, so moving on from the shoulder pads, we've got your elbow pads. Now, again, these are something that you don't really need to break the bank buying, and they don't really make women's styles, but the men should be just fine. I've had no problem with these. These are CCM FT350 LEs. I think these are also the cheaper of the CCM Jet Speed line. But for someone like me who is playing in a rec league, beer league, this works perfectly fine for me. And like I said, I've fallen quite a few times, and they do the protection that they need. So nothing too special about the elbow pads. Now, this is probably my favorite piece of equipment, and these are the Stark No Compromise gloves, NC7 No Compromise gloves. And it's what I really love about Stark is they have what they call the Made for Girls campaign. I call it a campaign, but it's really a line of equipment that they have, and these are all tapered for women. I mean, these are women's gloves, and like I said, you know, I was using a pair of men's gloves before I discovered these, and honestly didn't know much about the company, just knew that these existed and thought I would give them a try. Got them on sale, and I love these. I will definitely keep buying Stark gloves. They've got pretty great mobility, excellent protection, and they just feel a lot better than the men's style gloves do. You know, they fit to a woman's hand better, and overall, they just, if you're a woman out there, I would highly, highly recommend a pair of these Stark gloves. I've been using these for about maybe 6 months, and they've been great. There's hardly any wearing. There is actually no wearing in the padding. I've just had no issues with these. So Stark, definitely recommend this brand. Like I said, I'll throw a link in the description. You can go check them out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just really like the company and what they're doing with their products. So I know they've got women's sticks, they've got gloves, they've got pants, and they've got some other cool things on their website too. So, all right, last but not least, we've got a helmet, and they don't really make, there's not really a difference between men's or women's, so they just make a stock helmet, and that's what you get. I was using a pretty cheap CCM helmet, and quickly realized that my brain health is important, so I did a lot of research and found a website, Virginia Tech, the school, I believe it's Virginia Tech. They have done studies with all different kinds of helmets for safety, and they've done one for hockey helmets. So I used that study to find a really safe helmet at a, you know, affordable price for me, which is where I came up with the React 75 helmet from Bauer. And this one is actually at least top 5, maybe even top 3 on the Virginia Tech safety ratings, and it was only about $130 or so. And another cool thing about this is you can get these customized color inserts. I love blue, so I got the powder blue. But this helmet has been really great. It's super comfortable. I just feel safer on the ice with it. It's got this really nice padding inside that you can see. You can tell you're getting a lot of protection there. And the face mask is a lot durable too. So, and then I got the GoPro Clip up there. That does not come with a helmet. You'll have to purchase that on your own. But again, this is another item I would definitely maybe be willing to spend some extra dollars for, because your head, your brain is very, very important, and you need to be protecting that very well. And I highly recommend the Virginia Tech study. Like I said, they do bicycle helmets too, and they might do a couple other things, but I've actually used that study for the bicycle helmet that I have and this hockey helmet that I have too. So I'll put a link in the description for that as well. It's a really great study, and definitely can tell you if your hockey helmet or whatever helmet you're using is safe or not. All right. Last but not least, we've got the sticks. Now, if you're super new to hockey, like I was and still am, and you're not really sure if you're going to stick to it, I would suggest just paying about $25 for a wooden stick, which is what I started using here. This one is just a Milek MK1 ABS. I used this on the ice initially before I got some extra cash to purchase some of the composite sticks. But if you're not sure about hockey, this is definitely something you can purchase and scoop up for, like I said, about $20 or even less. I've seen sticks for. Just make sure if you're picking one up that the blade is wood and not plastic. I know the outdoor street hockey sticks, they'll be wood just like this, but then the blade will be like a plasticky kind of feel. So this is perfectly fine if you're looking for a really cheap option to just start you out with. What I use currently is, again, Bauer's cheapest stick line. It's the Bauer NSX. But I actually really, really like this stick. And when I bought the stick, I had no idea about flex or, curves or anything like that. The only thing I knew was that a general guideline is where the height should be when you're looking for a stick. So I picked this one up, and I actually really love it. It's got the grip on it, which I really enjoy. This curve, I actually really like a lot. It's the Matthews P92 Curve. It's more of a mid-toe curve, and I really like that so far. So this is the stick I've been using consistently and quite a bit, and I think it's only maybe $60 to $80, pretty cheap. And then the last stick I have here is just a backup stick for me. It was on clearance, so I just picked it up for quite a reduced price. It's a Sherwood BPM 150, and I actually haven't used it yet on the ice, but again, it's got that grip on it. This is actually a similar to a P88 can curves. It's pretty stock, nothing special about it. But like I said, this is just a backup stick that I found for super cheap online to have, just in case anything broke. And this is composite too. All right, another piece of equipment that I had no idea existed until I started hockey was the women's Jill. Now this is equivalent to men's jock. And there's two different types, which I have one of each here. So there's the compression type, and I actually really like these because not only, I just prefer compression under my equipment, but so not only do they have the pelvic protector, which is, like I said, the women's equivalent of a cup, as you can see right here. Not only do they have that, but they also have these really nice tabs for your socks to stick to, so you don't have to use as much tape. So these highly, highly recommend. Again, these are definitely underestimated for women, and I wasn't using the pelvic protector, I was just using the spandex, but after getting hit straight on with a puck, it was recommended to me by one of the women I was playing with. Shout out to you, you know who you are. And I tried it, and you don't even know that it's there when you're playing. So, and it gives you that extra protection in a spot most women don't think to protect. So you can get these in spandex, like I said, or you can get a loose short. And like I said, I prefer the spandex, but I'll wear both, and I really like them because of the Velcro to attach your socks with. So again, that's a women's Jill. So the last topic I would like to share with you guys is about, you see all this gear, you see that there's women's options, but you go shopping online, you're like, I don't know what the heck sizes I'm gonna wear. So what I would actually recommend before you go buying stuff online is head to your local hockey store and just walk in there, talk with a salesman, or I actually ended up talking to the manager just by chance and saying, hey, I'm super new to hockey, can you help me find some equipment and fit me to what would be the best? And I had a really great experience with that. He went through every piece of equipment pretty much with me and said, what the fit should feel like, price points and all that good stuff. So I did buy a lot of this stuff online, but that was only after I tried it on in store with the help of a salesman. So I definitely recommend doing that if you're looking to get some gear. But other than that, that is the equipment that I use. I absolutely love playing hockey, and I really hope that there's a girl or women out there that see this video and are able to realize that there is equipment for women. And trust me, you will notice a big difference if you get a woman's equipment and man's equipment. So if you're wearing a men's pants, let's say, and then you switch to women's, it's just so much better. It's tapered to fit a woman's body. So yeah, hopefully this can reach some people out there who are looking for a little bit of guidance. Nothing too special in my gear, and yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for more hockey content. With COVID and everything, who knows what the likelihood is going to be of me getting up on the ice and whatnot, but I will do my best to try and get some content out there every once in a while. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your hockey friends, subscribe to my channel if you want some more hockey content, and leave a comment. Do you use any of this equipment? Do you like it? Have you found any that's better,